less than 48 hours left in the quarantine hotel, which is super exciting. But one thing that we wanted to talk to you a little bit about is an opportunity that we're going to have once we get out of here, which is to meet Toby's birth family.
Yay, which is super exciting. Obviously, we're so excited to meet him and get to know him. And also, we know that we're going to get to spend our whole lives getting to know him. And we know that opportunities to meet with his first family, or birth family or biological family, those are kind of interchangeable terms. We know that opportunities to meet with his first family might not come around very often, even if we're here. And so we're very, very excited to meet them.
So lots of adoptive parents feel like fear or feel a little bit intimidated when they meet first families. Why do you think that is?
The overwhelming story that we hear about adoption is from the adoptive parent perspective. Whether that's, books or movies, we're often hearing about the adoptive parents waiting to adopt, about their parenting, about how they are like the real parents doing all like the things, the daily tasks. And so I think we just get this idea or this feeling that there is something to be avoided about the biological family, or that their involvement might in some way detract from the importance of the adoptive parents. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like there's just this sense in culture that it's something to be avoided.
Over the last decade or so of learning about adoption, one thing that I've learned through this process is that when we connect with our kids' first families, I don't lose anything. We don't get anything less from our kids, but our kids end up with more because of it.
Yeah. Connections with birth families in our education and in our experience is always something to be gained. And so I think, again, like going back to just in general society, there's this idea that if an adoptee is to find their biological family, that their adoptive family might lose a connection with them or lose a relationship with them. And we don't feel like that's the case.
So what are you anticipating when we meet them?
What am I looking forward to? Okay, I'm just looking forward to getting to know them. I know that for our kids that the connection with their biology is really important, what their families look like, what their interests are, what their hobbies are, I like to eat, things like that. And so those little details are just really, really important for us to find out as much as we can about. Also just getting to know like their mannerisms and kind of, the way they smile, and we'll see that in Toby as he grows. And so I'm really excited for that. The way they set it up at our agency is that we have like a meeting with them. And so they've actually asked us some of the questions we want to ask so they can help prepare his biological family, because this is a really challenging meeting for them. As much as we come into it with excitement because we have this anticipation of the whole future, this is really a significant week for them, really. There's been steps along the adoption process for them, but this meeting signifies so much loss and just this change in the connection that they're able to have, the communication they're able to have. And so we are very sensitive to that, and we're thankful that our agency really acknowledges that and tries to prepare as best they can for these meetings so that it goes as well for everybody, I think, as they can make it.
Sure. And so you've prepared a gift for them.
Yeah, so with Lucy's adoption, her family was able to look through what we call profile books to choose a family should they make an adoption plan. And she did make an adoption plan, and she did choose us. And so she had a book that she looked through to learn about us. This was before we had kids. This was like literally, I made it in 2011. And so with our other kids, even though this process is different in choosing the family for them, we felt like this is kind of a unique thing that can help them understand who we are a little bit, give them an idea of what family their child is joining. And so that's one thing I'm excited to give to them. We also always bring kind of Canadian things because that is something unique about our family, and unique about the connections that we have between our children and their birth families and the places that they're from. We also really like to try and give gifts that symbolize a connection between our children and their birth families. So we are excited to just have this meeting, meet with them, give them these things, and just as much as we can convey to them how much we will value and honor them, and how important we feel like that connection is, and we will do whatever we can to maintain that as much as we can.
Thank you so much for watching and connecting with us as we go through this quarantine experience. We're going to make one more video while we're in here that sort of documents the things that we've learned about how to sort of survive this experience. So stay tuned for that.